I'm going to show you a calculator that we put together specifically for the snowball method of helping you get out of debt. I've got the calculator online and I'm going to show you that at the end. I'm going to do this very briefly on the board to explain the snowball method. I'm going to do it short. I'm going to make it quick. And I've got another video. You'll see a link for it up here where you can watch and learn the entire snowball method and understand how it works. I just want to explain it briefly, and then I'm going to show you the actual calculator we put on the website. I was frustrated when I made the first video because the calculators online didn't do exactly what was needed, so we made our own. Now there's two different things you can do that this calculator helps you with. First, let me say, if you end up liking this video, please hit like. I greatly appreciate it. It pushes the video out to more people, and I hope you consider becoming a subscriber by the end. So, the snowball method, and there's the avalanche method, and they both attack debt differently. Right here, let's just look at this. We've got 3 rows representing 3 different debts. You'll see on the calculator in a minute that there'll be a column to put in the debt amount. So for example, let's call this card 1, credit card 1. I have a $10,000 debt. The percentage rate is a 24% credit card. The payment is $300 a month. Personal loan is the next one, $14,000. Again, this is just an example. 11%, payment $800. Car loan, $7,000 debt, 8%, $450 payment. Now, you'll notice on the calculator there will be a column for the interest in dollars and the months, meaning how long is it going to take you to pay this off. Those will pre-populate for you once you put this in. You can put in as many debts as you want. For the snowball or avalanche method, you need at least 2 debts or more, otherwise it's pointless. So I'm going to show you the 2 things that it does, and notice when you open up the calculator, you'll see that this exact information is in the calculator. I had the calculator pre-populated with the information on the board. That's just part of my brilliance. I did that for you so that they would coincide. You're welcome. So, here's basically what the snowball method says. If you look at this column, it's the debts. You look at this column, it's the percents. I'm going to do another video about avalanche. Avalanche looks at percents. Snowball looks at the debts. And it says this. You're going to start by paying the smallest debt first. So when you hit calculate on the calculator, it's going to list out the debts. And it'll start like this. $7,000 debt first. It's the smallest. Then the $10,000. And then it's going to list the $14,000. It's going to make you 3 columns. If you've got 4 debts, it'll be 4 columns. 5 debts, 5 columns, etc. The $7,000 is $450 a month. So you'll see rows. The rows represent months. And the $10,000 payment's $300. This is the first month. And the $14,000, the payment's $800. There's 2 specific things this is going to do. So the way this method works is quite simple. It says you're first going to apply money to the smallest debt. What does that mean? Well, every month you're making this payment, and this payment. Let's say for sake of argument that for some reason, however the math works out, this one is paid off in, let's say, 14 months. It doesn't matter. A certain amount of time, and all of a sudden, it's at 0. That didn't make sense. Do it like this. You made all your payments, you're at 0. You're still making these payments. Now, when this one goes to 0, you now have $300 that doesn't have to go to this debt. So what do? You apply it here. So you'll notice that this one would then say $750. The month that you owe $0 is the same month you're going to move it over here. And if this one were to go and be paid off, it's not going to happen, but let's say it was paid off in 2 months, the $800 would come over here. So snowball just means when one debt is paid off, you take that amount that you were paying, that's now available, and you apply it to another debt, and you do it in order of size, starting with the smallest one. So you'll notice these columns. It might get confusing, but I'll point it out in the tutorial in a moment, that sometimes you'll see these payments go up quite a bit. It might be the one in the middle, it might be the one on the end. It all depends on how the math works out. The second thing that it's going to do for you, so I would suggest that you first put in your debts, hit the button, because you're able to pay debts faster. It's going to show you, when you use this method, it'll say you're going to save this many months, meaning you'll pay your debt off, let's say 6 months earlier, 12 months earlier, and it's going to say you're going to save this much money in interest by applying this method. That's without adding any additional money. That's with just making these payments, and when one's paid off, you move it to the next in order of size. The other thing it's got a box where it says, do you have additional money to add? So let's say you were able to add another $100 a month. You're going to say to yourself, well, where do I put the $100? Should I put it here? Should I put it here? Should I put it here? So when you hit calculate, it's going to show you where to put it. It's going to start by putting it at the lowest debt. So when I had that listed out, we had, well, it was, $7,000 was $450 a month. And then you would be adding 100 to it. And that would make it $550 a month. You'll see that in the calculator. And then it will show you how many months you'll save and how much interest you'll save. You put in all your debts, you hit calculate. That's the snowball method results. You can add money, 100, 200, 300, whatever additional you may have. The reason I do that is so that you can just click the button and see how substantial it is in terms of how much money you can save over the long run. Sometimes just adding $100 to your debt can save thousands in interest over time. So take a look at it. It's real straightforward. I'm going to show you the calculator now.
The link in the description will take you directly to the Debt Snowball calculator. The website can change over time, but chances are there'll be a calculators button up in the menu. There will be a video or more. This is the one I was referencing that discusses the method itself. There's instructions on how to use the calculator, but let's just jump into it. Because if you're watching this video, you'll know that what I had on the board is what you see right here. We've got card 1, personal loan car. You hit either of these buttons and it's going to delete that row. Get rid of that debt. You can click here, the blue, and it's just going to add more debts. These are just example debts. You can place and change any of these numbers. You could say, hey, I've got another card, and you can say what it's for and the percentage, monthly payment, and it'll tell you what's going on. Now, if the monthly payment's too low, watch this. Wait, let's say it's $50. Payment too low to cover interest. In other words, at this payment, you will never pay off the debt. So it gives you an error there, just so you know. Let's kill that row. Let me show you what I showed you on the board. Don't put anything here at the moment. This is the part where you can add additional. Right now, we're just going to assume that you have the money for the monthly. You click to calculate. The first thing you'll see is the summary, the results. It says current totals, balance owed $31,000, payment amount $1,550. In other words, add up these three payments, it's $1,550. Your interest cost will be $7,117 over time, and it'll take you 52 months to pay it off. That's just if you make your payments for 20, we're here for, let's see, 56 months, $300. For 20 months, you do $800. 17, you do $450. And when money's available, you don't move it to anything else. But if you use the snowball method, here's what's going to happen. It says debt snowball totals. You still owe $31,000. It's the same. You're still making $1,550 a month. That's the total interest you're going to pay. Number of payments left, 24. Okay. So you're going to, time and interest savings, you're going to pay for only 24 months instead of 52. You're going to save $2,151. This is what you're looking at. And you're going to save 28 months or 2 years. So you can see just by following the method, you'll save. And then if you scroll down, it tells you what to do. When you scroll down, it shows you what to do month by month. This is month 1. For the car, $7,000. Card 1, $10,000. Personal loan, $14,000. The snowball method lists the smallest debt first. So you make your $450 payment, your $300, your $800. You just keep doing that, and let's see what happens. What happens is that this debt is paid off first. It's only showing $200 here because this month you only owed $250. You sent $200. So if you only owed $250 this month and you sent $200, it means you have $250 left. So it threw it to the next smallest debt. You were paying $300 a month, as you can see. You had $250 available this month, so it went over here to $550. So you're going to pay $200 to this debt, and now $550 to that one. Now the next month you'll have the whole $450 available. So $450 plus $300 is $750. So for this debt you'll send in $750, and you'll keep doing that. Now look at this. Why does it jump all of a sudden? It jumps because, as you can see over here, this debt was paid off. This month you only owed $60. You were paying $800, so you have $740 available. 800 minus 60 is 740. You take the 740, you add it to 750. It's saying send that extra over here. So you've got the extra from this one that's paid off, the extra from this one that's paid off, and it's $1490. The next month, you have the full $800 available. So now you're doing $800 plus $750, you're sending $1,550. Now you might think this is incredibly difficult to understand. Watch it a couple times, you'll get it, because then when this debt's paid off, you only owed $316, and you did it all in 24 months. Each row tells you what to send every month, so you can simply just follow these rows. It lays it out exactly for you. And I'll show you how this will change in a second by adding another debt. But first, what if you had, let's say, an additional $100? Okay, before I hit calculate, let's remember, our interest cost savings of just following the method without additional money is $2,151, $2,502. You'll save $400. That's significant. What if you had another, let's just say you had another $400 you came up with. You got another job, $400 a month, that's $100 a week. Instead of, it was $2,152, you're going to add $400. Now your savings is $3,417. And you're going to save 34 months. So you will be able to save an additional amount of money, a significant amount, by adding to the payments. It'll only take you 18 months, and you're going to save $3,417 in interest. All right, so you saw how this laid it out. This is created based on the data at the top. Let's just add another debt and see what happens. Let's add a smaller debt. We're going to call it card 2. For some reason, we have $2,000, and it's at 20%, and it's $100 a month. Okay, we don't have the 400. We calculate, we come down here, and look, it now has card 2 as the smallest one because it was $2,000. So it listed it here. Then the 7, and the 10, the 14, and it tells you exactly what to send in every month. Watch if we made that 2,000, let's put it right here. If we make it 8,000, well, we're going to need more per month. Calculate, and look, it put it right here between the 7 and the 10. So I hope this was helpful. We have many other calculators, and we're adding them all the time. Here they are on the calculator page. All of them typically correspond to a video, and we show a video on that page so you'll know exactly how to use it with instructions.
Thank you for watching the tutorial. Please, again, like the video if you would. It helps push the video out. Leave comments below. Have you tried these methods? Do you have questions on the methods? Are they working for you? Are you out of debt? What have you done? More comments helps people get more involved, and then they understand how these methods work. Feel free to answer others' questions, or I'll answer them as I see them. And again, thank you for considering being a subscriber, and let's all get out of debt, because as I always say on my channel, the government doesn't care about you, the banks don't care about you, and real freedom is financial freedom.